peep. Ian McKellen gives what has to be the worst performance of his career. And he's using this horrible voice. It's like a bad community theater production. And he looks, even like the wig, the look looks like a bad community theater production.
King in New York. Actually, I think one of the things that ages the worst is Janet Julien as the lawyer girl. All right. That is, because there's an aspect about it where it's like, even when you see her name pop up in the credits, surrounded by all the guys in front and all the guys in back, you're like, what the hell? But it's like, if there's one person who doesn't belong in this magnificent cast of ball biters, it's her. But she literally looks like I don't know how she won the part. Year of the Dragon. Characters from Year of the Dragon. Ariane, all right, who is, who ruins Enter the Dragon, is Year of the Dragon.
The press is independent. That's a close-up. Come on. I'm not some goo cooker on the streets of Saigon.
She ruins Year of the Dragon.
My great-grandfather came, worked in the railroads, went back. My grandfather worked in a gold mine. He also went back.
Scanners is ultimately, I think, the better film. If it wasn't for Stephen Lack.
Stephen is lacking. I just want to remake the movie without Stephen Lack.
But the weird part about Stephen Lack, though, is the movie that got Stephen Lack, Scanners, should be watched. It's a really interesting Canadian film by Alan Moyle, the guy who did Times Square, and it's called The Rubber Gun. And he's amazing in it. You can see why he got cast after The Rubber Gun, because he's terrific in The Rubber Gun, and The Rubber Gun's a really good movie. And then you see him in Scanners, and you're like, what the fuck is this guy? Now, you go out and watch The Rubber Gun, you will not believe that, one of the worst lead performances of all time was given by this guy? He's terrific. Psycho.
Fuck Janet Leigh in Psycho, but Anthony Perkins is my fifth. Janet Leigh can hold a flickering birthday candle to Tony Perkins. Okay, but we're talking about performance.
Yeah,
the fact, in real life, Janet Leigh is only okay in that movie, and she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, and Anthony Perkins wasn't nominated.
He wasn't?
No, he wasn't. Fuck Janet Leigh. So you can't even say, oh my God, I can't believe Anthony Perkins wasn't nominated. And then you realize, oh, it's worse than that. Janet Leigh was. In the 60s and early 70s, there became a whole spate of movies that most people didn't know about, but they kind of found them on late night television. And they weren't maybe even 100% sure what it was they saw. And so they walked around, maybe they didn't have a TV guide available, and so they walked around with this, talked to their friends at Bridge. I saw this weird movie, and they don't know what it is, so they describe a weird scene, and I never knew what it was for 30 years, but a friend of my dad's described in detail the opening credits to the final shot of some movie about a maniac that is taken over a family and is holding them hostage. And he described it to the nth, I saw the movie.
Yeah.
It took me 35 years to realize what movie he was talking about. He was talking about Arch Hall Jr. in The Sadist.
Starting to be the big man again, huh? I'm giving you 3 seconds, mister, to do what I say. If anybody opens their mouth again, I'll blow their brains out!
The James Landis film. He was talking about, but trust me, for those 35 years, and I kept imagining the psycho who was the star of the movie, it never occurred to me it was Arch Hall Jr.
That is so funny.
And I even remember my dad's friend. His name was Don. All right. He goes, and this is the kind of guy that if you saw him crossing the street, you would hit the gas. He is that disturbing looking.
It's weird how the...
Like, Arch Hall Jr. is that disturbing looking?
But it's weird how...
He's like a sexy Michael J. Pollard.
Shut up.
If Michael J. Pollard was like a rock star, he would look like...
I remember my mom...
If I had a criticism about the film, it would fall to Paul Dano's performance. Not that the performance is bad. There's nothing bad about it. It's just it does seem a compromise. He's just not in the level and the caliber of Daniel Day-Lewis. And if the two characters are meant to be combats throughout the film, then Daniel Day-Lewis is Muhammad Ali and Paul Dano is Jerry Quarry. And it is what it is.
Now, I would say, though,
There Will Be Blood would stand a better chance to be in number 1 or number 2 if it didn't have a big giant flaw in it. And the flaw is Paul Dano. Obviously, it's supposed to be a two-hander, and it's also so drastically obvious that it's not a two-hander. He is weak sauce, man. He's a weak sister.
Is it the character?
He's eating him. No, another terrific act. Austin Butler would have been wonderful in that role. He's just such a weak, uninteresting guy. Daniel Day-Lewis shows that he doesn't need that.
No.
The movie needs a strong... He doesn't need anything. The movie would have had more... there would have been more stringiness to the beef. And it's supposed to be a two-hander. And it's
I guess
not.
ultimately it is. Or
So
can he take
you
this
put him
upright?
with the weakest male actor in SAG, right? The limpest dick in the world. I'm not saying he's giving a terrible performance. I'm saying he's giving a non-entity performance.
Have you liked him in anything?
I don't care for him. I don't care for him. I don't care for Owen Wilson. I don't care for Matthew Lillard.
Well, I love From Dusk Till Dawn.
How serious are you about your acting?
I'm as serious as a heart attack. It's like that's one of the misconceptions that's come out is people have been thinking I've been, that I'm screwing around with it.
Yeah.
I'm not serious about it. So thus they say, why are you screwing around? With Dusk Till Dawn, that was my first opportunity, in a movie to play a character different from myself.
It might seem sexy that I'm sucking Salma Hayek's toes, but I'm actually sucking the toes of some rat creature. All right, I just don't know it. All right, she's controlled my senses.
To actually be one of the leads and build the character through the course of the movie.
At the time, it seems great.
Yeah, at the time, I'll get it, I was a massive nose.
And I'm as proud of my work in that movie as anything I've ever done. All right. I get people on the street all the time. Man, you were great in Dusk Till Dawn and stuff. And I was, my performance in that was very serious. I was trying to play a paranoid, delusional schizophrenic. Well, in a wild, crazy movie, I was doing my job to do a realistic portrayal of schizophrenia.
What do people like De Niro say? Do they say, look, get a day job or something else?
No, that's the exact opposite of what's going on. As a matter of fact, it's only been like, the media being a wise guy taking pot shots, or some critics being wise guys taking pot shots. That's the only negativity I've gotten. De Niro is 100% supportive of me acting. Okay, so is Harvey Keitel. Nick Cage, I bumped into Nick Cage at the Toronto Film Festival, and he goes, "Man, I want to act with you, man, but we got to go off. It's got to be something where we can go off." All right, and other directors have been completely supportive of my stuff, and then also so have the fans.